guys, I'm Arielle Wilkins. I am the owner and creator of Brothas and Sistas. I'm here with ZIPHAUS and just to take a look at my cool work. I have to say, like, my whole wall, this wall is just full of friends, like, and family. My upbringing, I have to say my upbringing is the reason why I came this far. I'm born and raised in Houston, Texas, to a middle-class family. My mom was a health inspector. She actually recently retired a couple of years ago, but my dad he worked at various nonprofits in the arts. So I kind of was exposed to arts at a very early age. And I remember like taking art classes when I had to be like 6 or 7 years old. And I have to say, like, the reason why I kind of wanted to focus on my family, specifically my dad, just because he embraced my uniqueness. Like, he saw like me draw, he saw me drawing, and he kind of embraced that and just pushed me further into the arts. Unfortunately, he passed away 6 months ago, and I think, of course, like, I went through a period where I'm just like, I don't know what to do, because he was my biggest guidance with this. Like, every thing I try to produce, of course, I talk to him about it, just because I'm like, I don't know if this is right. And he's like, you're doing this. Keep going. Like, even at work, when I'm coming home stressed and sad, he's like, you got this. Keep going. So I have to say, losing him was tough, because I now have to tell myself to keep going. Yeah, I have to say he was probably the biggest influence with the work I produce. Yeah, he's like #girl dad. Yeah. We haven't seen stuff or products that are geared towards like Black folks, like, yeah. And there's this like one guy, I forgot his name, but like he was so nice. It was like this dude who covered tattoos, and he literally came up to me and saw my line, and he saw the Army men, and he was like, yo, like, just keep doing this, like, what you're got going on is like awesome, like, just keep doing it. And of course, like, we changed IGs, and he is like a serious like sculpture artist, right? So just hearing like that words of encouragement from like someone who's like professionally in that area, and also like a person of color, so amazing. I got so excited. Like, I've had to say, like, I got really happy from that toy fair. Like, I was so scared, and I came out feeling like, okay, gotta keep doing it. Gotta keep doing it. Yeah, so like, I have to say the first stuff I worked on were these like Brothas and Sistas toys, and this is kind of where I really want to see grow. Just because, like I said before, like, I have over 40 characters, and I can easily pump out more. Luckily, I have a friend who's great at 3D like sculpting, and he actually comped them, like rendered a 3D version. I got them 3D printed. Now I'm just trying to finesse the mold making part. Okay. And when it comes to Black Army men, like, I honestly wanted to do something like, basically the Black Army men, the original line for these were based off of the Green Army toys. Instead of having like the Green Army toys, I kind of wanted to make a Black Army. And of course, I did not want to put any weapons in their hands. I did not want anyone to be like, well, they were like a militant group. But of course, people don't really fully understand that, hey, like, they were there to protect us. Yes. Like, they actually protected Black communities who were constantly getting like bashed by like society, or just by like racism. Like, so I kind of want to make like a tiny but powerful piece that could easily just go on like a little table, or like a little, somewhere. Right. And I actually have one at work, and there's times just being in a very corporate and not so diverse environment, I kind of like just look at it and just kind of helps me calm down, where I'm just like, okay, like, I need to just focus on my own and just keep, cranking, Of course, I'm going to constantly deal with the stuff of just always being the only minority and just having to prove yourself. But like, I don't know, something about these figurines and just kind of helps me because I'm fighting through that kind of like pressure. Yeah. No, I understand. Yeah. I have to say my favorite one is actually this one, just because he has like the little like Black Power fist. This is actually the one I have at my work. It's just like a very symbolic like pose that, I mean, like this could go for anyone, any race. Like it's just like, it just gives me strength every time. Like I have to say this is my favorite one. This little girl was the first time I've ever cast, and now since I got it down, I have like so many like failed tests of like molds and just because like the mold either has to be like mixed right, because if it's not mixed right it won't cure right. If the resin hardens so quickly, so there's times where I come out where it comes out with like half a head and I'm like no. So there's like so many trial and errors, but now like I finally figured out like the right type of mold I need and the right type of resin to use. So now I'm like, okay, now I need to set up time to just actually produce them.
About how long does it take for you to paint them? So
for these, oh my gosh. I have to say for this one, it took me a long time. I want to say total, about 4 hours, just because first I have to paint the base and then I have to apply the glitter. And the glitter thing is just like the most tedious thing because I also have glitter on her lips. And I had to like take my little, just like pat it on. I have to say by the time I finally finished her, and I actually made different versions of her. I had glitter all over my office. I had glitter trailing out here. My roommate came out and he was like, "Why are you so shiny?" I'm just like, I'm sorry. So like I have to say like it took a while, but once again it was just like my meditation, and I'm just like kind of so focused with my headphones on, just patting. Of course not caring that there's glitter everywhere. I'm like, I'll clean it later. But yeah, like I would love to just even work with like a toy company to like officially get these produced, mass produced. That'd be amazing. I have to say I was like, myself and my brother, we were lucky enough to be exposed to like black artists and black musicians, just because I was also lucky enough to end up going to arts middle school and high school, so it's kind of destined for me. And especially growing up in inner city Houston, like they're cutting programs, like they really don't see the importance of art like they should. Even right now, like the high school I went to, they recently just built like a gigantic like $8 million high school, state of art, such like music room, arts room, like dance hall, like everything. And a lot of comments for that was like, well, why are you building this like school? Like we don't need any more artists or performers. We need more like doctors and lawyers. And I'm just like, I'm like, come on, like arts is important, like especially with inner city, like it's very calming. Like kids need some sort of like outlet just to create, because being stuck, like especially if their home life isn't good or they're being stuck in a classroom, like the arts helps them express that. And I have to say one big thing that I love is when kids come up to my table and they just ask me all these questions when it comes to my work, and because they just never seen like how I saw as a youth, like black faces in this kind of way, like I have to say I was like, this is our legacy, like I am my dad's legacy basically, like, and yeah, I just want to highlight that.